Okay, what I have here in this video is just a collection of photos that's in Flickr. And also, here, as I go through these photos, you kind of get an idea of how I started with the AERO stockings and what things kind of led me to bleed, which is mostly those things that go bump in the night. This here's the hole where the dead AERO stocking came out of. So what we want to do is take a look and see what is actually in this hole. What we see down in this hole, that's a man. He's got, look like a raised eyebrow, and he has a bottle in his hand, a bottle of what I call a AERO stocking elixir. So let's see, you can see another little face there and another face. So what we did in the next photo, we just kind of closed it off so you can more clearly see the, definitely you can see his gray hair, black hair, eyebrows, what is it, eyelids, whatever, and a bottle in his hand. Let's go on. Now this is the same hole, but now it's in a different, turn in a different direction so you can see the second guy. And there he is. And you can see his face, his head. So in the next photo, all we did was kind of fix it so you can see it straight up. Okay. Now, what do we have here? I think this is the photo. Let me see. Yeah, this is the photo where I always wondered how did they know when I was coming. You know, apparently because they was able to kind of, I guess, trick me in some ways. But I figured out they had to have cameras or listening devices. So what I had to do all the time was take pictures in the early morning hours, because you know, if you do it in the day, they know you're coming and they hide everything. In the night, they do their normal business and they don't hide. So what we found out here was, from this picture, we found one of his cameras he had. Now, this program here is not as good for clarity as the one before, the old Microsoft. It was a lot better. But whatever, we use what we got. And here we again section it off so you can get a better look at what I'm saying. You can see there's something metallic and rectangular in shape. Okay, let's go on. Here's another camera that we also found they had here, and you can actually get a good image here, and you can see it right here. It's a camera and some other kind of device. Well, it's positioned so whenever I come that way, they know it. So this is some, you know, this is how they were able, I mean, for just years I couldn't figure them out. And so we kind of got around it. Okay. Now what we did in this photo was another thing we wondered. This is the AERO, this whole area here is what I call the AERO Pueblo. It's the neighborhood of all AEROs, you know, real tiny AEROs, spirits, some physical. And how was they bringing in all kind of things that I found? Well, what we did here, we one day took this picture, and we noticed from this picture that they had some kind of a gateway, a porthole here. And matter of fact, right after we took this picture, they moved it, and it moved it up a little further. And what would we have here? I'm not even sure. I think this is, there we go. We can see it right there. That's where they later moved it to. I think this is the same thing here. Yeah, and you can see the grass formed in a circle around. So they had actually moved it. Whenever I catch them, they usually move something. This photo's here to indicate about razor blades. During the time of tracking, you know, all over my house, they would take, you throw a razor blade in the garbage, they go into the garbage, get the razor blade out, and they put it somewhere near you at eye level, next to your bed. They put it wherever they put the razor blade, they knew that you passed by, they would see it. And that's their way of telling you, be careful. Okay. And here's another one where they did. This is at eye level, it's in a block. All these razor blades, there's no way those razor blades should be where they are. But this is how they operate. It's to scare you, you know. Okay. Here's another gimmick. They love to play games, you know. This is a cushion for my bed, they put toothpicks. You know, they go in, you use a toothpick, throw it in the garbage, and later on, you know, like in this case, I remember the day that this toothpick showed up. I left, went to the bathroom. On the way, I found another toothpick, and then when I came back, they had put a toothpick there. So this is what they like to do, just play games, you know. But what the whole thing was important was I was trying to figure out that they really exist, and that's what this whole video is about. Things that they did that convinced me that those bumps in the night actually was them. It was physical things. It wasn't just something, the wind blowing something. I woke up one morning, for example, and this chair turned over. You know, but I live alone, and I don't leave my chairs turned down. So they had turned the chair over. Here's another one. This is a very good one. Yep, I'm sitting now talking with my sister Nora, about 10 feet from here, and while we're talking, one of these chairs, I guess it would have been this one, it was right here, and it moved 2.5 feet to the rear by itself. And we just kind of looked at each other, and by this time, they had did so many strange things to just that it really don't have a meaning, because they're just playing games again, and they know that you know, but this is one you see also in Flickr, babies, water. Okay, what we're going to do at this point, we're going to do one more, then we're going to cut, and we're going to do a part 2 so we don't make the video too long. This is babies down, and you can see the babies. And because the water's dripping there, that's why they have them there. And they're hiding. And let's finish this up, and we're going to stop and go to the next part. This is very interesting, because what you have here is illusions of light. They play with light. Now, you know, look at the next 3 photos. Look at this photo here, and look at the shape. Keeps going in, and see what it comes out to be. You just get all those shapes, all those similar shapes, and it's just impossible that you know, you take a picture and everything's shaped the same way in the whole tree. And then these are maybe, I don't know if they're days apart or hours apart, but here again, here's another one, different kind of shape. And what you find out here when you go in on this thing, it's separated somehow, and they're using the light to build things, and which is exactly what they do. And one more, we got another one here. Again, we got different shapes showing up. Okay, what we're going to do is stop now. We don't want the video too long, and we're going to stop now, and then we're going to start again to the next video.